Hi everyone, Carl from Industry Connect here. And this morning I get to sit down and have a bit of a chat with the lovely Shalan. Now, Shalan has just secured herself a role as a Junior Test Analyst. So congratulations, Shalan.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you.
That's so amazing. It's so cool. I love to chat with people that, that have done the hard yards and now they've secured themselves a role to kickstart their career. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Give us a little bit of a background story on who Shalan is, and did you have an IT background? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Shalan. So I came to New Zealand in 2015. My education is not into IT. So I come from a non-IT background, and even my experience too. So I worked for health insurance, US health insurance back in India as a claims auditor. But then when I was working, I had a little bit of passion towards the IT industry, that one day I wanted to get into the IT industry. Yeah, that is what. And I'm here with my family, my husband and my son, who's 8 years old. Yeah, so that is me. Thank you.
Wow. So you were working in the health insurance back in India, is that correct?
Yeah.
You came in 2015.
Yeah.
And so you had a bit of an interest in IT, but you didn't have any testing.
Yes. So
wow, that's really cool. I love that. Because it's not as if, you can just easily pick up. It's going to be a test analyst. Pick it up, But obviously this is something that you really wanted. So you were interested in IT. You didn't know where you wanted to fit though?
Yes.
So why test analyst? Is it just kind of like you look into that?
Well, I always found IT industry is very fascinating. So, there is a lot of problem solving. There is a lot of skills that needs to be learned. So these are and some of my friends are already working in the IT. So I just saw their work, how they do it. So that's what, drawn my attention towards the IT industry.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So cool. So tell us, how did you come across Industry Connect? Did you know people that had joined us or what?
Well, when I came in New Zealand in 2015, I was getting the ads on Facebook about the Industry Connect, and then I was, the videos were popping up about the success stories of all the participants. So I really felt that Industry Connect has got a really reputation in the market. So that was one thing, and so many people were getting the job that they joined in Industry Connect that provide the real-time experience. Yeah, so I wanted to join since then, but then, that happened last year in October. Yeah.
Oh,
Really.
wow.
Yeah, the success story that were the main idea or the main thing which attracted me towards the Industry Connect.
Wow. And now you're one of the success stories.
Yeah.
See, and it's beautiful. I love it. I absolutely love it. So you joined our Test Analyst Job Ready program back in October last year.
Yes.
And then you started the internship with MVP Studio in December. So with the program, a 6-week Job Ready program, how did you find that doing it via Zoom? How did you find the tutors? And especially, you didn't have an IT background. Did you prepare yourself or what?
Yeah, I had a little bit of preparation. So I gone through some videos on the YouTube and then a little bit of Udemy, some courses. But then that is a generalized courses that we can see. But then how the New Zealand it works, I really got to know when I started the Industry Connect during the 6 weeks of training. So we get to know how the New Zealand industry works, what is their standard. So according to that, the training program is designed. So that was really helpful. That helped me. And then manual testing and the automation. So that was a really good 6 weeks of training that we had.
Did you know any programming languages? Obviously with automation you need to know some kind of programming language. Did you know anything prior to joining the Test Analyst Job Ready program?
Yeah, I knew Java standard edition. I was aware about the Java programming languages, but in New Zealand, it's on the C# is in demand. So I learned about the C# programming languages during the 6 weeks of training program.
Awesome. Yeah. Wow, you did so well. Wow, that's great. I love it. That's so great. It shows when you really want something and you're committed to getting it, you'll do what you have to do, right? And you learn what you have to learn, and you'll push yourself to get it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
So
you.
how did you find the tutors?
Yeah, the tutors were really good. That the 6 weeks of training that we had, they were very approachable, and then they know the pace because they know that we don't come from that experience. So they really know the pace that they teach. So I really like that. And then the introduction of the topics, the way they teach, and then interaction, if at all we have any questions. So that was really helpful. It was not really daunting that when, oh, what happens if we go there and they tell us to learn by yourself, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, I really found the tutors were really helpful. And
Oh,
also
awesome.
along with that, they were also giving the tips for the interview, how we can prepare. So that was also really one of the things which I liked about the program.
Yeah, I know that Bruno helps a lot
Yeah,
with that
yeah,
side of things, and he really, because he went through our program, and he's a
yeah,
tutor,
yeah,
and so he understands he understands what you have to go through
yeah,
at this level.
yeah,
And then, then you go through the internship, then you're going for jobs. And
yeah,
so he loves to see people succeed. And that's, all our tutors are like that. So that's why they like to give that extra bit. And they're in the field, they've got years in the market out there doing real stuff. So they bring that extra into the classroom.
yeah.
Yeah. So, how did you find our Slack channel? Now, everyone that's watching it, we use Slack as a communication channel
Yeah.
where when you join the 6-week job ready program, you go in there into the Slack, we add you to the Slack channel with the tutors and with the other participants in that intake. So, how
Yeah.
did you find that?
Well, Slack channel was really helpful, I can say, because it connected with us from the participants are from different regions and different countries. So I can also say that when I joined the Industry Connect, I got few of the friends, and they were really contributed towards my success in terms of,
Wow.
we had our personal communication, and where they used to discuss about their interviews, what was the question. And also the Slack channel was meaningful because we used to get all the updates regarding our meetings, what is happening, success stories, and everything.
Yeah, so good. So you did your 6-week job ready program, then you went over into the internship
Yeah.
with EVP Studio. How did you find that transition, having come not from any IT background, but going into the internship? How did you find that transition?
Well, it was a little bit of scared when I started the internship because the framework that we download in our machine, it's obviously took me some time to understand, and if at all
Mm,
we have any questions, so the friends were there, and the other tutors, the mentor were really helpful, and
mm,
the past students who were gone through, they were also helping in order to understand the framework and other things. So initially it did took me some time, but then I was able to complete the task within the whatever
mm,
the time frame was. Yeah,
mm,
and that gave a real time experience, and we got to know a lot of technologies during that time of internship. So
mm,
that's where we know how the industry works and what are the technologies are used and what is the framework and how we are supposed to work and how we explore a particular project. Yeah, so that was
mm.
a really practical
Yeah,
and the
very
real time.
practical.
Yeah.
It gives you that experience to be able to talk about when you go to an interview, right?
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, because employers want to hear, oh well, what do you know? What do you know, and how do you know how to work within a project?
Yeah.
How do you know how to work within a team? How do you
Yeah.
know, so those questions, and you're having that experience gives you that, be able to put your best foot forward, be able to explain what you did. So
Yeah,
that's really cool.
exactly. Yeah.
So at the
And
internship, yeah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Shalan.
so when we have the many exceptions or many errors, so we have to explore ourselves and find the solution. So that is the one thing most of the interviewers they ask. If at all you get an error, you get an exception, so how do you handle it? What resources you look for? So obviously we have the resources in Industry Connect where we look for the answers. So yeah, that
Mhm.
is one of the main thing which most of the interviewers they would like to know, I can
Wow.
say. Yeah.
That's a good tip, actually. Thank you.
Yeah.
Everyone that's listening, hope you just picked that up. So, what would you say would have been the highlights for you, either in the Job Ready program or the internship? What would be the highlights for you that you would say helped you get to this position today, having a job?
Yeah, sure. So one of the main highlight thing is the technologies that the MVP Studio uses, and then the real-time experience. When you get any exceptions or the errors, there are no one to help because initially it was an intern who has to try to find the solutions and
Mm,
interaction with your team. And then if you're not able to find the answers in your provided resources, then you go and approach your mentor because that is what happens in the real time in the real industry. So that is the
mm,
second highlight which helped me to get the job. And the third
yeah.
one is so where you get to learn about the framework because every industry has their own framework. So you try to understand the framework and improve your knowledge and also improve your solution finding skills, and
Mm,
also working on your own and along with the team also is important. So and interaction, so we have the meeting, the tech chit chat, so where everyone comes together and discuss about their questions, and if someone is attending the interviews they share their interview questions. So from that also we get to learn a lot. That really help for to
yeah.
answers most of the interview question. That is another highlight I can say.
It's good, the tech chit chat. So many people, well, I would say everyone
Yeah.
loves the tech chit chat
Yeah.
because it's such a broad kind of I suppose workshop meeting that you have, and everyone that's watching, it's done with the master mentors of MVP Studio. So with you, Shalan, it would have been with Aman. And
Yeah.
yeah, and Aman is based in the UK, everyone. So you can see that MVP Studio is a global software company. They've got people, positioned around the world, but you get to have the master mentor in these meetings that open up discussions and obviously, sharing about these interview questions and helping you guys along the way. That's so great. So did you attend the workshops that we put on there as well? Like obviously there's tech chit chat, but also did you attend like the CV writing with Regina and all that?
Yes, so there are some templates that provided on the Industry Connect. So I followed that template for the CV and also got my CV reviewed. And I also interacted with Regina before the interviews. She really gave some really good keywords that can be used during our interviews. So that also helped me.
Mhm.
The another thing is, Aman, I really need to, mention about him. So he
Yeah.
was really helpful. Whenever I had the interview questions, he was very prompt to, provide the answers for those ones. So really thank you so
Oh,
much for him too.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll tell Aman as well. Yeah, I'll tell him about that too. It's such great feedback, because sometimes people don't hear this,
Yeah.
what the effect and how they've helped people. So thank you for that. I'll tell Aman about that too. So what tips or advice would you give someone that maybe even was like you, they're interested in the IT industry and they might look at being a test analyst, but they haven't got any background, or someone that's trying to get in. What kind of tips or advice would you give them?
Well, my advice would be, yeah, I'm an example who don't come from the IT background, so go for it, and then learn from the tutors and learn from the other interns in the Industry Connect. So you get a great advice over there and great program, and the framework really gives the practical experience. Whoever wants to join as a test analyst, so I would really recommend for this one, for this program. Uh, and apart from that, there are different meetings that we attend that also gives different information. How do we attend the interview? What are the keywords that can be used? So that's really And moreover, Industry Connect and the MVP Studio has a great reputation in the market. That also helps. Yeah, just go for it, guys. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Fantastic. And you are the, you're the face of being able to do
Yeah.
that, coming
Yes.
from a non-IT background, going full on into a test analyst role. So that's
Yeah.
awesome. Well, congratulations again, Shalan. And
Thank you.
that's just from all of us here at Industry Connect and MVP Studio. And we just wish you all the best in your career, but you just keep in touch with us because,
Sure.
once you're connected with us, you're always connected with us.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.